Good morning and welcome to the Morning Sprint. My name is Jasmine Odie and I'm a digital producer with Channel 10. And this is Scott Flanagan, our news director. So I know things look a little different today. We're going to have a Q&A session with me and Scott. But first, we're going to get started with the weather.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a stormy day. It's not crazy. It's a level 1 risk from the Storm Prediction Center. So most of what we're looking at today, between 5 and 10 p.m., we do have some severe thunderstorm possibility. The main risk for that would be some high wind gusts and possibly some damaging hail. Any hail that forms today is going to be pretty isolated in coverage, but it could happen this afternoon. Take this morning, take anything inside that's already outside so you can make sure it's secure so that when the winds do pick up, it's not still out there. Rain totals are going to vary. A lot of these showers are kind of scattered throughout the area, so most of the rain is going to end up falling along the North Carolina border, especially towards south side. Might get up towards 0.5, 0.6 inches, but nowhere's really looking above an inch. North of 460, it's going to stay between 1 and 2. Some of those showers linger towards tomorrow, but then we've got a few more storms lighter than today on Sunday.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Marshall.
But yeah, so I know you guys are used to seeing Japhanie Gray and Brittany Weir, but today we're having a Q&A session where we're going to tell you a little bit more about the Sprint. But first, I want to tell you a little bit more about myself. So my name is Jasmine Odie, and like I said, I am a digital news producer at Channel 10. So that mostly just consists of me keeping our website updated, keeping our social media platforms updated, making sure that I monitor comments, and just making sure I keep everything fresh. I was actually born and raised in Roanoke. I went to William Fleming High School. I graduated from JMU. And I always have had a passion for writing since I was a little girl. I would always find myself getting lost in my notebooks and just telling stories. So that followed me into adulthood, and now I love telling people stories in journalism.
Oh, I didn't realize you were from Roanoke.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah,
Okay, now
absolutely.
you learn something new every day. I guess I should be asking a little more detailed questions about you. You do a fabulous job on the Sprint and on digital. The stories that you see on our digital products, Jasmine's one of the phenomenal producers of that, so we appreciate all the hard work she and the other digital producers do. My name is Scott Flanagan. I'm the news director. I've been a news director here for about 40 days, so, give or take a couple of days, so I'm still getting to understand the process, but I will say that the team here has been just phenomenal with, welcoming in me, and I look forward for my family to arrive when school lets out. I'm originally from the Kansas City area and came here for this wonderful opportunity to work for WSLS, but also for the Graham Media Group, which is an amazing company based out of the Detroit area.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's a little bit about me. I love news. It's all I know. I've been in the news business for about 20 years now. And, man, it's just being able to be the first informers for our viewers and helping them understand and make good decisions about their daily lives, the way we get some information to them to make those good decisions.
Yeah,
So that's
absolutely.
a little bit about me.
Awesome. Well, that's really awesome, and we're so happy to have Scott here. He's been amazing so far, and he's definitely a good person to have in leadership. So we're going to start off with a little bit about the morning sprints. It is we've recently revamped it, so I know a lot of you are still getting used to the new style that we have with the morning sprint. So do you have any questions that you would like to ask?
You know, I really like the comment and a question is, you know, expanding our reach to our viewers wherever they are. I think that's an amazing thing, and that's what the wonderful thing about Sprint is all about.
Absolutely.
You know, if you don't have time for sitting down in the mornings to watch a Japhanie or Jenna or Chris, this is an opportunity to get in front of some content that's not only information that's maybe helps you make good decisions throughout the day, but it's some of us feel good, like, you know, feel
exactly,
good. So tell me
yeah.
a little about the content. Like,
Yeah.
what do you guys strive to do each and every sprint day?
Yeah, so we really strive to bring in positive stories, you know, because sometimes with the traditional news form, that's really hard to do because our main goal is to keep people informed, right?
Right.
But sometimes that can be really draining, you know, continuously to report on these harder news stories like shootings and fires and crimes and stuff like that. So with the morning sprint, we try to bring in the more feel-good, positive stories that'll make you smile and just really make your day a little brighter, you know, because sometimes it's a lot of positivity in this world. And with the morning sprint, we just want to make sure that we shed a light on the positivity within our community in a world where sometimes good is hard to come across.
You know, I mean,
Yeah.
we see it, whether it's politics or severe weather, or it's just sometimes it could just take a toll. And some people I talk to is like, man, I don't watch local news or I don't watch
Yeah, exactly.
national news because of that. And, you know, that's okay. I mean, but the reality is sometimes we can give you some feel-good news, and maybe you'll tune in for that.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. And it's also, in addition to that, it's also a place where we can kind of give people a behind-the-scenes look of building a newscast in itself, because it is a lot of work that goes into it.
Extremely.
Yeah, it's so much work, and Rebecca Williams, Daphne Gray, they come together each morning to really just weave through different stories and tell people to weave through different stories that they feel like will resonate with viewers. You know, stories that they feel like will leave them with a smile. So it's really, it's really important to do that and just be very transparent with our viewers.
Yes.
And our main goal is just to be not only to educate and inform, but also to entertain our community and just like shed a light on the positivity that exists and shed a light on the community members who are making a difference, you know, because you don't want that to go unnoticed.
Absolutely. And here's the great news. This is the fantastic news. You only get me one time. You get Jenna and Rebecca and Brittany and Japhanie. You get them all the time. You just get me one time. And
Yeah.
I'm a one and done kind of guy. I'm not a good. When I first started in the business, I thought I wanted to be a reporter, and I quickly learned that TV on air, it's not for me. I'm going
That's
to be
fair.
behind the scenes kind of guy.
That's fair, yeah.
But yeah, no, the sprint content and positive feel good is a main contributor. You know, and there's probably going to be some days that maybe we have some weather that we need to talk about, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, when you tune in, you may get a little bit of a, hey, we've got some weather we need to talk about. But other than that, I like the way that you guys are heading with it. It's
Yeah,
very nice.
absolutely. Do you have any more questions?
You know, how long has it been going on? When did you guys, the concept of Sprint start, and what led to its transformation over the
Yeah,
last several
absolutely.
months?
It's been an incredible transformation since it first started. So it started in 2019 before I got here. I started working at Channel 10 February of 2021.
Okay.
So it started in 2019 by our former news director, Rick Mull, I believe that's
Rick
yeah.
Mull?
Yes.
Was it Margaret?
It's Margaret.
It was Margaret?
No, it started with Rick though.
Oh, we're going way back.
Yeah, way back. Yeah, so it started with Rick, and then Margaret came in, and then she took it over.
Okay.
Yeah, so it started off in a completely different room. We had a completely different digital studio, a completely different look and feel to it, and it was more so just kind of like your headlines of the day. And then more recently, Jaffney came on board, and we kind of revamped it into this more feel-good platform where we can showcase all of the good that's going on within our community and across the
Outstanding.
country. Yeah, so we got a new digital studio. We have a new feel to it. Yeah, and it's been really fun, honestly. Yeah, so.
Well, it's really cool. I mean, the engineering department did an amazing job putting this
absolutely.
together. Ricky is just amazing at putting a concept together on paper, then actually putting the walls up. Just amazing job. And we're going to grow to this. I mean, there's going to be things that we say, hey, let's do this differently, and maybe this, and the viewers' input is important too. You know, let them be a part of the
It
process.
really is
You know, a couple of weeks ago, we sat down and we mapped out kind of our mission statement.
Yes.
You know, tell us a little bit about that.
So I'm going to read our mission statement, and then I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what that means to us. So our mission statement is to authentically inform, educate, and entertain our local digital audience by pushing the limits of traditional news delivery. The Sprint creates a place where we can rebuild trust with our consumers by engaging with them in a transparent and honest way, while still upholding our journalistic values of integrity, accuracy, and community.
Fantastic. Man, that's really nicely done. You
Yeah,
guys did a great job with that.
I appreciate that. And it just really speaks to the point that we really want, our main goal is to really just not only entertain, but to inform and educate our community while also just being transparent and most importantly, just keeping it real with our viewers.
Keeping it real.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that. Keeping it real. Because we're not on what they call a prompter where the talent can read the letters on a screen. We don't have that here. We're completely keeping it real, off the cuff, ad-libbing. So, you know, if you hear me say some stupid things, it's not scripted.
Yeah. Yeah, and kind of going off of that, another way that this is different from the traditional news, it's really a back and forth between our viewers. It's really important for you all to join the conversation. It's really easy to leave a comment. You just need to head to our website, click on the article, scroll down, and you'll see a comment form right there, and then just type in whatever you want to leave. We welcome any and all opinions, any questions, and we'll do our very best to respond to those. And just help you guys, because we really want this to be a conversation, a back and forth conversation, not just us talking at you.
And that is a cute little puppy dog above there.
That was yesterday.
That was yesterday. Adorable. Why didn't we get a puppy? Yeah?
All right.
We should have brought a puppy in the building. You
We
know?
should have.
That would have
yeah.
got more viewers than me. You know? Jeez, they don't want to see me. They just want to see the puppies.
Right.
And Jasmine, so, you know. That's cool. I like the way that you guys want people to chime in and have their input, their say. Because I remember when I was growing up, I would watch the news and I had opinions and I'd like, man, I'd love to get in touch with so-and-so.
Exactly.
And today with the smartphone or, you know, the old school way, you can even probably pick up a phone call if you wanted to.
Yeah,
You know?
absolutely.
But, you know, one of these days we'll probably try to do that as we can sprint the phone calls in to, you know, our loyal viewers who just want to be a part of the process.
Exactly.
You never
That'd
know.
be
I mean,
awesome.
that'd
Yeah.
be something that we can look at down the road.
Okay. Yeah, any more questions?
So Sprint, what created the name? Why Sprint? Why not, you know, slow your roll or something different? Why did we do Sprint?
Because the idea that we had is just giving people the headlines of the day in a timely manner. Just in a quick, timely manner, nothing that's too short. So we're thinking of the morning sprint because it's, you know, you're sipping on your morning coffee, you're getting ready for work, you know, so so you just, a sprint of the headlines before you head into work.
I like that. Okay, it makes it better than to slow your roll, you know? You know, because, you know, anyway. So, man, so Sprint has been around since 2019. That had to have been difficult to kind of keep it going with the pandemic.
Yeah,
You know,
absolutely.
Last couple of years have been problematic for us all. How did we transition?
So the idea came in 2019, but we actually didn't start until 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's when we started. We kind of got our boots on the ground and just really launched it then. But we didn't have to worry about the pandemic woes, because I know
Okay.
I imagine that would have really affected it in a bad way. But then it was at 9 a.m. each weekday. But now we've transitioned to having it weekdays at 8 a.m. and you can watch it on YouTube, you can watch it on our website, or just wherever you stream the WSLS 10.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Do we have any comments or questions from anybody? No?
Not at this
How
time.
about the director? What if he has any comments or questions?
Yeah, you have
I got
any?
nothing. I don't have a camera on me today.
No camera on it?
All right.
Well, we can hear you, right? Maybe it's,
Yeah, of course.
maybe I need to, wait, let,
I have a face for
let me,
radio, so-
let me turn the camera around the way
Right.
I'm not seeing, let Stephen come see us, you know?
No, it's just your first time on the show, so I'll give you the camera today.
I am, I'm not big on being on camera, but, this is a huge opportunity, and I was excited to volunteer and make mistakes on live on TV, because, that's what we do, right? You know, we're just human, so.
Scott, can I ask you a big picture question?
Sure, absolutely.
Where do you see the future of our station in this digital studio? Like, we have other shows coming, stuff like that.
Yeah.
We do this in addition to our broadcast, so what kind of value does this digital studio
Oh my
bring
gosh.
to our viewers?
I mean,
And what will they continue to do in the future?
You know, the value of Sprint is just the beginning of it. I mean, right now we're taking a precious jewel that we find, you know, that needs carving and molding and polishing. So we're looking at the Sprint as an opportunity to really carve out what we want it to look like over the next several months and longer, you know? So the long-term goal is to really put the Sprint in a pace that allows us to grow and develop, okay? And how does that work with our newscast? Because, you know, linear news is important too.
Absolutely.
But our digital products are just as equally important. So we've got to figure out a way to combine the two, to communicate what our needs and goals are to the viewers. And so that will allow us to, you know, enhance our product online by having a linear product kind of promote and also play a role in its success. So I think it's, you know, Stephen, the next 6 months, we would really strive to, you know, review, analyze, measure the data and see where the successes are, and then take those measurements and look at opportunities to explore and growth and development.
Yeah.
So going granular is something where we build the mission statement. Going granular is picking out the goals and the values of what the Sprint is about, and then putting those words to action every day.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where we're at right now. I've been here for 40 days, so I've seen a lot of great growth just in the last 40 days.
Yeah,
In fact, when I came here for the interview, they were putting this little studio
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
And I was scratching my chin. I was like, that looks interesting. And man, it's just amazing how they've done just with the technology and putting it together. So I see, you know, continued success and growth with the Sprint. You got an amazing team here that puts it together, not just in front of the cameras.
Yeah, absolutely.
But behind the
Daphne,
cameras.
Brittany, Rebecca.
Well, let's talk about the behind the scenes, because you know, Brittany and Daphne do a lot of great things on front of the camera, but talk about the folks behind, like yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. So behind the scenes, we work to stream it every single day. So we're creating graphics for the Sprint. We're making sure that it goes live at 8 a.m., making sure that everyone is on the same page as far as what content goes. And like I said earlier, it takes a lot of hard work trying to figure out which stories that we want to pick. And also just making sure that we get our message across and make sure that we're selecting stories that leave our viewers with a smile. So as far as my role in the Sprint, I work with Daphne and Rebecca and Brittany, and we just figure out what stories we want to air. And then I help set up the live streaming and make sure that we go live each day, promote it on our social media platforms, monitor comments, and just really just look at data and see how we're performing online.
And what does the director do? What do they do behind
Well,
the scenes?
I'm rarely here. I'm just a fill-in for when Rebecca isn't here.
So,
So,
but you're
They're
doing
switching
something
the
back
cameras,
there.
They're
I wish
playing
I-
all the video, adding their input, adjusting cameras on the fly, stuff like that.
I wish I could just take a picture and show the viewers how it looks from our
Yeah,
perspective.
yeah.
You know,
I don't look good enough.
you look comfortable, man. That's what I
Thank
like.
you.
You know?
Is that a compliment?
You're a handsome, comfortable man. There you go.
Thank you.
all right.
we're just trying to create interaction, right?
Yeah,
Having a
yeah.
good time doing it. It's Feel Good Friday, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's Friday.
Yes,
as they
happy
like to say.
Friday.
And we're trying to keep up with Daphne and Brittany in the conversation of
Yeah.
happy feel good stuff. So
Yeah.
we're doing a great job, right?
Yes,
I think-
absolutely.
I
Yeah, I
think we're
think
giving
we're
them a run
good.
for their money,
This
right?
might be the best show. This might be the best friend. I don't know what it is.
We
I
gotta,
think it's Jasmine.
yeah, we need the pet. If
Yeah,
we'd
oh,
have just bought the
we
pet,
do need a pet.
you know
The
what?
shortest
That
dog in
would've
the world.
home run deep
Yeah.
seats if we'd have had the pet. Good grief. Okay, next time we'll think better on the props.
For sure, for
Yeah.
sure. You gotta bring a dog next time.
Okay, so what else we want to talk about?
I think that's everything that I have.
Are we
unless
good?
I think we're good. Unless you
Oh,
had
wow.
more questions.
Man, we could talk for hours, right?
Yeah.
Well, just chatting up, but I gotta go to work. I got some open positions I gotta get filled, so
Okay.
that, and do that. And then we're gonna be, I'm gonna take a couple of days off to go see my family.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna go, so I got 3 kids. School doesn't end in Kansas City till the end of May, so they're gonna join me when they are out of school. So
Nice,
I'm gonna go
that's
take
awesome.
a couple of days off and
Oh.
go see them. It's tough, man, when you don't see your kids for a while. I'm sure the viewers understand when
Yeah.
family is everything to the.
Yeah.
This is a family at WSLS, but it's also a family within our groups, and it's important that we spend time with our family.
Absolutely, it's so
To
important.
really recharge, and so
Yeah.
that's what I'm gonna do. What about you? What are you gonna do this weekend?
Probably spend time with my family. Honestly,
Come on now,
yeah.
fist bump.
Yeah, my parents actually just got back from Vegas, so
Nice.
they've been gone for about a week or so. So probably spend time with my brothers and my family.
Nice,
Yeah.
okay, so when you go to Vegas, right, what do you gotta do? You gotta pull the slide.
Oh yeah,
right?
absolutely,
So
absolutely.
they're coming back, so apparently they didn't win a whole lot.
No, they didn't. Yeah, they're coming back.
Speaking of winning, there's $163 million.
Oh
waiting
yeah,
to
up
be
for
claimed,
grabs.
right?
Yeah, because someone hasn't claimed it. They still haven't claimed it yet.
So maybe your mom and dad have the winning
Maybe.
ticket,
Yeah.
and they're just coming back to claim it, right?
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
So if we don't see Jasmine next week, we know why,
Then that's
right?
why, right?
So that's cool, so hanging out with the fam,
Mm-hmm.
very nice. How about you?
Kids got swim lessons, got church,
Oh,
whatever
okay.
else the kids want to do. We'll try to get them outside as much as we can, you know.
Nice.
Does the
This
kids
stuff like
tell dad what to do?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
I
that's
have
the
no
way it's
power.
roll,
The switcher is the only place I have power.
Oh.
You know, the love thing about my kids is, you know, they'll go to their mom and say, "Mom, I want to invite my friend
Yeah, yeah.
to the baseball game, right?" And Kate will go, "No, sorry, we can't do that
Oh, I'm
today."
gonna go ask you.
So he calls me up, my oldest, he's a big baseballer, calls me up and says, "Dad, I really want to bring my friend." And at the time, I'm thinking, okay, what's the matter with that? And then my wife and I have a one-on-one conversation about, you know, the reasons why he shouldn't. And I'm like, call him back, son, can't do that. So
Set
it's,
me up for failure.
so
Yeah.
I've learned over the years that, you know, when you make sure you talk to your significant other to
Oh,
ensure that you're
absolutely.
doing the right thing. Don't step it. Those kids they're good at tricking you.
Yeah,
man.
they are.
They've got me
They
good
are.
before.
Yeah, I always redirect. Go ask your mother.
That's
Right, that's the
That's
best
the
way to
best
go
way to do it. And it gets you out of a lot of trouble, too.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember one time I was on the phone and my kid called, and this was live, too. It was like, "Dad, can I go to this?" And the first thing I said is, "What did your mother say?" And Kate heard that on the phone, and she's like, "Good call, Scott,
Yeah,
good call."
see?
So I was like, "Yeah, I got
That's-
brownie points.
That's the best way
I'm
to go.
good." So,
Yeah, see, I'm the oldest out of my siblings.
Are you?
Yes,
Okay.
I am. So I understand them going to like both different parents and asking. I see it all unfold,
Mm-hmm.
so it's amusing to watch.
I remember, so I'm the baby.
Oh,
So I
okay,
got,
you're the
oh
baby.
my gosh, I got in all kinds of trouble. And, the older siblings just, I always wanted to hang around the older siblings.
Oh, okay.
But, they had their friends and they wanted to hang out with them. They didn't want the little brother hanging around. So it's all good. So how many siblings do you have?
I have 3.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
so I
that's
have
okay.
one sister and 2 brothers.
One sister, 2 brothers. Okay,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
So everybody's gonna be together this weekend?
Yes. Yep.
Very
So
nice.
we're gonna be hanging out, and it's gonna be a fun time. I think we're gonna go see the new Mario movie. So
Well, I've heard
yeah.
that's a good.
I've heard it was good
I heard it was good too. I'm debating over that or the Air movie with
Okay.
Jordan Shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben Affleck and Matt Damon's in it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, quick story. I know we're running long. Last Sunday, I went to Mill Mountain Park or Mill Mountain.
Zoo?
No, whatever. What's the mountain?
Star?
Star. Thank
Oh,
you.
Yeah, no mountain.
So I'm sitting there, I'm doing my little walk, beautiful day, and I'm sitting on the bench after a long walk, and I'm just sitting there. I happen to be on the phone with my mom, and this guy jogging by, and I'm not thinking, then he's like, I'm talking, and he looks right at me, and I'm thinking, that looks like Ben Affleck. And I was like, no way. And then, I saw him again, and I was like, man, that must be the doppelganger of
Oh
Ben
my
Affleck. It looked
gosh.
just like him.
Imagine though.
It looked
Just
just like
chilling.
him. There's like no way Ben's gonna be in Roanoke.
Yeah,
What-
just
what
chilling
would
in
he-
Roanoke, just running.
Just jogging in the park, I'm thinking, there's no way. So it had to have been a doppelganger. I was like,
Okay.
look exactly like
That's
the guy.
funny.
So that's my moment of almost seeing a movie star.
Fair enough.
So it's the only time and last time I'll get even close to. So anybody you've seen celebrity-wise? Besides the anchors here, right?
I seen SWV. It's a musical group, R&B group.
Okay.
Yeah, they came to Elmwood Park not too long ago, so that was really fun.
Nice.
Trying to think of who else have I seen.
We had Gilbert Godfrey on a long, long time ago.
Gilbert.
Probably 7 or 8 years ago.
Gilbert. I remember
I think
that.
that's the most famous person I've seen around here.
I've met Hillary from Prince of Bel-Air.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
Yeah.
I'll take that one all day long. I can't think of anybody. I met Winona Judd years ago.
Oh, cool.
That's cool.
Oh wait, okay, wait a minute. This one, not a movie star, but he's my hero.
Oh?
This dude, Heisman Trophy winner. He was a dual sport athlete in professional.
Wow.
So can anybody guess? Dual sport, running back for Auburn University, Heisman winner, 1985. Any guesses?
No, the only person
Played
I can
for
think of
Oakland.
multi-sport is Michael Jordan.
Played for the Oakland Raiders as a running back, and he also played baseball for the Kansas City Royals.
Yeah, I don't know.
Trivia, Bo Jackson. Bo Jackson, I met him, man, that's the dude that put Auburn on the map. I'm an Auburn graduate.
Yeah.
And he put Auburn on the map back in the late 80s because Alabama, the University of Alabama, always dominated Auburn back in the day. And so when Bo came on board, we beat Alabama several times, and we finally started getting good recruits. So
Yeah.
for all those Alabama fans, that's a good little memory.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, thanks for sharing.
Yeah. So that was my moment of clarity in life when I
Nice.
saw Bo Jackson. I was like, dude, this is the best.
Right.
I was on the phone with everybody too, telling you, I just saw Bo Jackson. I shook his hand.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So anyway,
Okay. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing.
you're welcome. Trying to have a good time. It's Friday, right?
Yeah, it's Friday.
So,
Yeah.
so are we wrapping this thing up?
Yeah,
Let's
I
wrap
think
it
so.
up.
Yeah.
All right.
Sign us out, Jasmine.
All right, bye guys. I hope you have a wonderful Friday and thank you for watching.
Bye, guys.